Okay, so let's take the next logical step with approximating these square roots. So last week, or the last time we had class, we talked about an answer like this, right? So you already figured out that the square root of 88 is between 9 and 10, and the answer has to be actually closer to 9, right? So we're going to pick up right where we left off there with this type of answer. All right, so first thing is, when I ask you to do these today, I'm going to be giving you a number line that's designed like this. And what you want to see is, notice that 0.5, that's that middle, that's that dividing line right there, right? And what I'm going to do first is I'm going to fill in my answers. My 9 is going to go in that first box, as you can see there, and my 10 is going to go in that second box, because now I've created a number line where we can now kind of zoom in on where it's going to be. So the key part to remember is, if it's closer to 9, you have to remember that that's where it's going to be. It's going to be in this section of the number line, right? Remember, 0.5 is our halfway point. So if it's closer to 9, it has to be in that first section of the number line, which means, right, I'm going to ask you for possible answers now. What could it be? Notice I have 6 blanks there. So what you want to do is, it's really going to be, you can see it's between 9 and 10, therefore it's going to be either 9.1, it could be 9.2, it could be 9.3, it could be 9.4, and then remember, we're approximating, which means we're rounding. So this could actually, in fact, round to the dividing line. It could round up to 9.5 if it rounds, to the nearest tenth that way, and it actually, if it could happen where it's actually stays at 9.0. Right? So that's all we're doing with this, really. I want you to be able to identify what part of the number line it's going to be and what your possible answers are based on that simple idea of, it's closer to 9, so it has to be in that section. All right? Let's take a look at one more of these, right? Because, again, it's just narrowing in, right? We're just narrowing in, we're zeroing in on what part of the number line could that be, right? So this next one, again, already answered. Square root of 15 is between 3 and 4. And we know this one is closer to 4, right? So again, what we're going to do is, on these practice, we're going to give you that number line. All right. And again, we want to take that 3, we want to put it in that first box. We want to take that 4, put it in that second box, because that is where it is. It's between 3 and 4. So now, which section of the number line does it have to be? If it's closer to 4, so it has to be on that second half of the line right there, right? Because it's closer to 4, so it's going to be 0.5 or greater, as you can see there from the number line. So again, all we're looking for is possible answers, nearest tenth here, right? So let's take a look at it. All right, so it's going to be 3.6, 3.7, 3.8, and 3.9 are those ones right there. But remember, it actually could round to 4. 4.0 in this case, but 4, or it could in fact round back to 3.5. Those are all the possibilities in that section right there, right? So just by knowing which one it's closer to, we can narrow down which tenth it has to be just based on that idea. All right, so what I'm going to ask you to do in practice today is simply to find that, to complete that number line and give me your possible answers. That's what we're looking for, and let's practice from here. All right, people, here we go.